Good afternoon, and what is a cold, bright and sunny day. It is Tuesday the 9th of January, and I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And I'm in the rig, Nook, of course. And I have a parcel to unbox. So let's get this open. Let's get the knife. Hiding it behind there for some strange reason. So there, there. There we go. And I'm going to get my fingers underneath there so I can. It's taken a little longer than I suspected, so bear with me. Just hope it will be worth it after all that effort. It's also quite blowy as well, so being careful of that. Almost there. Oh, no, not quite. Maybe stop. There we go. And then unfold it all to get contents, which I don't know what they are, but let's find out. Almost there. Sorry to keep you waiting. It doesn't want to come out. There's a bit of cardboard. What I've got here is Stoneburner. So, Brockner Longneck of House Grandnock has passed away. You are his only surviving relatives. In his will, Brockner has bequeathed to you the cursed mines of the Long Belt, its dilapidated settlement, and the leadership of House Grandnock. However, other dwarf houses seek to overthrow you and take the control of the valuable minerals hidden deep within those cold tunnels. To complicate matters further, most of the mines galleries are haunted by fire-spitting demons from the underworld. Cleanse, rebuild, survive. Stoneburner is a settler-friendly tabletop role-playing game of demon hunting and community building, co-designed by René-Pier Deshaies-Gélinas and Galen Pejeau. Players take on the roles of a group of dwarves who must assume the role of a demon-haunted mine, along with its accompanying settlement, a settlement which they have inherited after the death of a distant relative. The game focuses on the dwarves' journey as they navigate the challenges of the new responsibilities and rebuild a thriving community and clear the mine of its fire-spitting monsters. So, that is Stoneburner. And I do apologise for mispronouncing the author's names. So open up, and credits an open license, and over the page list the backers at the front rather than at the back, which is what you generally get before we get into the introduction. And this looks more like a science fiction game than a fantasy one, oddly, because essentially, you have a spaceship and a giant skull-shaped asteroid, rather than sort of like what you might expect from a traditional kind of fantasy setting. A village, a mine, a mountain, that sort of thing for your doors. But, and this is essentially confirmed by the comic strip we have on the following few pages. And then there's only a couple of pages before we get into the game and how it's played. And there's a QR code there for downloadable resources. And it took us a discussion of what a role-playing game is, and the philosophies behind the design of the game. That's quite a nice inclusion. I think what were they thinking of when they designed the game? That's, you get into the mind of the designer or designers in this case. And we've got an overview of the setting, of the nature of the universe of Stoneburner, and the setting in more detail, including you've got essentially safety warnings for play and player guidelines that include dwarven houses, human corporations, and elfic clans. And then we get into character creation. So rolling a new character, choose a kit, build a first name, build a last name, pick your pronouns, refine your details. There we go, starting there. So take you through that process step by step. And it's as simple as that before we get on to the stanchion. Describing this basically the guardian and the world is treasure. So doing more background. And the sound. So these are essentially our roles. So the first role there is the stanchion, and you've got the details of that character role on that page, and then the next one, the sounder, and its details. I think the artwork here is terrific. The striker, and the spell winder, complete with a massive magical hammer there, nicely picked out in gold. I mean, the artwork here is really kind of good. Is really good, I think. The sinker, and the scion, complete with drone there. It's sort of a nonplussed look on its face screen. The stalwart, and what I like about this, I mean, you've got a nice piece of artwork, and it's followed by essentially by the character role, the character class, as it were, and that's done on a two-page spread, so really easy to access. You know, and bring into play the Raven. Oh, he's going to be the Raven. Is definitely going to be the one who's going to be bringing in the prophecies. And the tales of doom to come, and the Kindred still got quite a lot of different roles in here, possibly more than you would need for a typical game. I suspect you wouldn't need this many characters, the child. So, but I mean, the thing is, the multiple roles means actually having to you can play this more than once. Then, because you'll be playing with different characters. And here we get onto the rules, and here they are, sort of essentially mining in, dropping into a sort of like a cavern, and mining the asteroid. And essentially, it defines the game with 3 skills: strength, dexterity, and willpower. And what you've got rules on grit and catching your breath and so on. You know, after you've made an effort, using different abilities, loot. Resilience, hindrance, and so on. Quite neatly encapsulated. I think, you know, doesn't look too complex. It's covered in just a few pages, because we're even on to combat quite quickly. And then we've got some enemies and things like visions of glory, which give you more control over the narrative and allow you to grow stronger. Question Oracle allows you to disclaim decision making on a particular question. So basically, you can risk the Oracle. And then at sell or salvage items, so that you can rebuild your home. And we've got a table for creating NPCs and their traits. And then locations. So you've got like Tavern, Library, Ship's Bay, Great Hall, Dwarven Co-op. Essentially, these are locations which you can build. You know, you raise enough funds to build them. So there's a sense of also community and project building involved as well. And then you've got Vice on Play. And then we get into playing the game, and So it's basically working the long belt, exploring a sector, mounting an expedition, the dice you're going to need, and then basically tables for locations, starting with Sector 1, Sector 2, and more. So you have a total of, we're up to 6 different sectors, each with tables for locations, points of interest, and events. So essentially these are different locations you can explore, and so on. And then we've got the rock tumbler, which is basically a scenario. So this is actually not a scenario, that's a game to be played between 2 persons within the game. Guidelines and tables here. We've got basically content for support the game and the game master. So general guidelines, group guidelines. Things like picture the themes, cleanse, rebuild, swim in the fiction, build as you fly, create together, embrace failure, move the spotlight, and so on. World sparks, elements you can bring into play to prompt your players and your imaginations. We have an excerpt from Broca's Longneck's Guide to Infernals. Here are the demons, the fire-spitting demons within the caverns, the 9 mines, and the rules on how to create them. And other threats, and also artifacts to be located and found, followed by reference pamphlets, including, here we've got an encounter with a dragon at, dwarfs, almost every dwarf's every dream if they can get hold of its hoard. So here we've got the advice, basically the précis of the rules, the quick reference for the benefit of the game master. So yeah, that is Stoneburner, a role-playing game of dwarves in space, dwarf miners in space, inheriting a mine filled with fire-spitting demons. That is published. This game says it's Breathless. It's published by Burned in Stones. I think that looks quite interesting. Would be interested to play, and I look forward to giving that a proper review. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a package containing a book or game, or in this case a little role-playing game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook, and we'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.